All right, good Wednesday morning. Thanks for catching our First Alert live stream. I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon, live in the First Alert Weather Center. So we have hit the midpoint of the work week, and we have had some rain recently. You may recall yesterday we had some showers. We had some thunder showers, and that rain has been wrapping up early this morning along the Lake Michigan shoreline. Now we're heading into this September heat wave, which we've been first alerting you about over the past few days. Let's get you out to a live view. This is from our Manitowoc sky cam. Looks like the rain has wrapped up. In fact, if I look closely at the 8th Street Bridge there, it looks like a little bit of sun is peeking out of those clouds. Temperature is 63 degrees, dew point 56, south wind at 6 miles an hour. Here's First Alert Viper Max, and looks like the rain is still hanging on towards Washington Island and Gills Rock. That's really the last of the showers we're seeing this morning. Otherwise, the rain is pulled away from Manitowoc and Two Rivers, and we are drying out in the Fox Valley after getting a little bit of some rain early this morning. This is a view from our visible satellite, and I've kind of played with the colors here just a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to get a really good view from the visible satellite this early in the morning. I mean, the sunrise was at 6:27, so the sun's been up for about 2 hours now. That's just enough light to give us this visible satellite as opposed to the infrared satellite. And you can see some of the thicker cloud cover moving out over Lake Michigan, and there's still some lingering clouds in the Fox cities, but that area of black and dark gray across central Wisconsin, that's generally a clear sky, except for a little bit of some haze, some wildfire smoke, which we'll talk about in just a second. Hazy sun returning, and it is going to be a warm and breezy Wednesday, a high of 84 degrees around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Toasty, but not humid. This is a dry heat, so to speak. I would look for a smoky sunset. Sunset today is at 7:10 on the button. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor, which is shoving out those clouds. We'll see that hazy sunshine through the afternoon. And as we go towards tonight, it is going to be generally clear, but again, that haze, because of wildfire smoke aloft in the atmosphere, it's high enough in the sky where it's not really being breathed in by people down by the ground and causing irritation for those with respiratory illnesses or other health ailments. But I would say your air quality index today is going to be good to moderate. And I say moderate because there might be a little bit of a buildup of ozone in the atmosphere this afternoon. And that ozone gets trapped in the low levels of the atmosphere because of air pollution, because of smog. And that's a possibility. But in general, though, the wildfire smoke's not much of a problem. The high temperatures today, away from the lakeshore especially, a lot of low and mid 80s. Our high temperatures are about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. And this is the beginning of our next weather maker. We've been talking about this and first alerting you for the past few days that a September heat wave is going to be building in northeast Wisconsin. It's going to last today, tomorrow, through Friday. But it's not really going to be all that humid. Usually we talk about humidity when the dew point is getting up to 60 or higher. Our dew points will be in the 50s the next few days, despite the fact that our highs will be in the mid to upper 80s. Again, 74 is average for this point in the season. There is a little drop off in the temperatures this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, a little cooler, low 80s. That's still above average, but not quite as hot as the next couple days. And here's what's going on with that. So our unusually warm September weather is because of the jet stream migrating north up into Canada. You see how it swoops down into northern California and then rides its way into the Canadian prairies and then dives down towards New England. That is a broad area of high pressure aloft. That's keeping things pretty quiet, rather warm the next few days. Now, there's going to be some subtle changes, and part of this is because of a hurricane. Yeah. Hurricane Francine, which is going to be making landfall in Louisiana later today. I'll give you some stats on that in just a few minutes. But as Francine makes its way onshore and wobbles north towards the mid-Mississippi Valley, the Tennessee Valley as we head into the weekend, the counterclockwise circulation around Francine may draw some of her moisture northward into the Great Lakes. So let me show you this. So you can see where Francine is on Saturday, sitting over Tennessee. And then if you look over New York State, you see how the air is circulating in a different direction? That's a high pressure system. And the low pressure system, the remnants of Francine, and the high pressure system, they're like paddle wheels. And what they're doing is they're causing the air in between over the Appalachians to flow back into the Great Lakes, where some of that tropical moisture will get siphoned up into Wisconsin. So what exactly does that mean for us? Well, it means that we'll lose the hazy sunshine as we go into the weekend. We'll start to have more clouds, especially Saturday and into Sunday, and we'll probably have just enough moisture and instability in the atmosphere for some pop-up showers. Sunday into Monday, that Sunday rain chance is at 40%. So right now, we're drying out after getting a little bit of light rain early this morning. Temperatures are mostly in the 60s, although it is 55 degrees at last check in Wautoma, and it's 59 in Anago, but will be mostly in the low and mid 80s this afternoon. Here's your First Alert Super 7-day forecast. 84, the showers have ended. The hazy sun is breaking loose. We'll have a bit of a breezy southwest wind, 5 to 15 miles an hour with some higher gusts this afternoon. There's that hazy sun for Thursday and probably Friday. And then we get some thicker clouds Saturday into Sunday. And there are those showers on Sunday into Monday. Monday, maybe there's a thunderstorm. But you know what? Let's do a few things for you here on this First Alert Super 7-day forecast. I want to pop out some panels and show you some stuff that's going on. So the T-Rats, they've got Game 2 of their playoff series against the Quad City Bandits tomorrow evening. Temperatures are looking warm for a little bit of baseball fun. These are the games that really count, right? It's playoffs. Temperatures are dropping down through the 70s tomorrow evening with a mostly clear sky. We should see thickening clouds Friday evening for high school football games. The Operation Football game of the week is Nina at Kaukauna. It will be dry despite those thickening clouds. Temperatures will be warm Friday evening, dropping down into the lower half of the 70s. And yes, there's that rain chance for Sunday. Sunday, Packers home against the Indianapolis Colts. Kickoff at noon on Sunday, Lambeau Field. Chance of showers and right around 77 degrees. And then we will have that rain chance as we go into a Monday. And Tuesday's probably dry. There will be a bit of an increase in the humidity as we go into early next week. Now, next week, I want to talk about that for just a second here, and pardon me as I'm trying to play around with some graphics here. Next week looks warm again. Lots of highs in the 80s. And I think not this Saturday, but next Saturday, there's going to be a weather maker that comes through that changes the weather pattern. We'll get some rain not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. What is that, the 21st? And then after that, a welcome change in the weather pattern because of this. Did you know that not this Sunday, but next Sunday is the Fox Cities Marathon? And I'm giving you a first alert. You're hearing this first from me. I think that the weather should be cooler and less humid just in time for the Fox Cities Marathon. Now, if this marathon was being held Friday, the September 20th, I would think it'd be very warm and uncomfortable for the runners. But it's going to be very warm through Friday next week, and then Saturday we'll get some showers, maybe some thunderstorms, and then Sunday, the day of the marathon, milder, more seasonable weather. The race starts at 7 o'clock, 55 degrees, sunshine, lower humidity. Towards the end of the run, temperatures will be in the upper half of the 60s. That's going to be a lot more comfortable for those who are participating and even spectating and cheering their favorite runners on. So the weather hopefully will make that switch in the pattern just in time for the start of the Fox Cities Marathon. A little close. If that weather maker gets pushed back any later, that could change the temperatures quite a bit for the Fox Cities Marathon. But that's what I'm going with right now. And I promised you this. I promised you a look at what's going on in the tropics. This is Hurricane Francine. And over the past 24 hours, Francine, which was a tropical storm, became a hurricane. And as we look at the Doppler radar, you can see the showers and thunderstorms becoming more organized around this well-defined eye, which is moving faster, quicker towards Louisiana. Category 1 hurricane. According to the National Hurricane Center, winds of 90 miles an hour. It's moving northeast at 12 miles an hour. See, yesterday this time it was creeping north at only 5 miles an hour. If you watched the live stream yesterday, I said you could walk faster than what Francine's, moving. Well, now it's moving at 12 miles an hour. So faster, moving quickly towards Louisiana. It is just shy of 200 miles southwest of Morgan City, Louisiana. And that's probably about where it's going to make landfall later this afternoon. It may intensify into a category hurricane before it crashes on shore. And the rainfall, widespread, heavy, causing some serious flooding. Probably most folks getting 4 to 8 inches of rain, but some of the rainfall totals could reach a foot. And you're looking at a storm surge anywhere from 5 to 10 feet. There'll be numerous power outages, widespread damage, and I'm sure we'll have some of the video from the leftovers of Hurricane Francine tomorrow on Action 2 News. Our newscast starts at 4:30 and goes till 7, and we'll have the live stream at 7:05. So there's a look at Francine. And again, as that tropical moisture makes its way northward into the mid-Mississippi Valley, we'll see how that impacts our weather here in Wisconsin. We'll have more clouds, more humidity, and a chance of some showers and perhaps a couple of thunderstorms Sunday into Monday. Our forecast is always updating on the fly, getting new data and pushing that out to those who use our First Alert Weather app. We know you want your weather on the go, and whenever we get new information, we're sending it there first, just because we know that you're not always watching TV. You're probably doing stuff in between newscasts, working, running errands, walking the dog, whatever. And we want to make sure we get that weather information out to you first. So if you haven't downloaded it for free, please do so. WBAY First Alert Weather. All right, so that is all that I can tell you about our weather and the weather in the Gulf of Mexico. And not just today's weather, but the weather all the way through our First Alert 7-day forecast and into next week, which still looks very warm. If you are a fall weather fan, you are going to have to be patient, because it's going to stay summer-like for the rest of this week, next week, and really this fall-like air isn't going to arrive until Sunday, which, by the way, as I look at my calendar, is the first official day of autumn. That's Sunday the 22nd. That's the day of the Fox Cities Marathon. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that autumn arrives, well, on time, according to what your calendar tells you is the autumnal equinox. All right, thanks for watching our First Alert live stream. We've got more news and weather coming up on Action 2 News mid-morning. That starts in 15 minutes at 9 o'clock sharp. Aisha Morales is tracking some interesting stories, and I think we've got some breaking news to talk about as well. So hopefully you are tuning in, and we appreciate all that you are, the time you're spending with us, and we hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. All right, see you around. See you tomorrow.